Welcome to Saturday Basketball and the countdown to another All-Star weekend. We will name the teams. Stay there. Steve Carfino talks to the revitalised David Graham. We highlight both big games from last night and look at the cause even nobler than winning a title. But first, the news. The big news of the week was Shane Heal's citing for alleged referee abuse and the time it took to be heard.
I'm extremely surprised I didn't even get a tech foul. So, I mean, I've never heard of anything like that before, so we'll just wait and see what the tribunal says.
Almost 1 week after the report was tabled, the NBL said guilty. Fine, $500. Rob Sibley took a knee injury to Melbourne for the first of their weekend road games. The team trained lightly this week. Coach Palmer says they were overtrained before their split last weekend. Giants centre Larry Sengstock has more problems with that ageing body, this time 6 weeks out with a broken wrist. Once again, John Stelzer will step up as he did when Larry had back problems. Paul Maley, the mailman, is one of us now after a midweek ceremony.
Congratulations, you're now an Australian citizen.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, mate. Glad to have you aboard. Reminding Adelaide of the upcoming All-Star weekend, two things. Brett Brown toured there to promote the event.
It's a little bit mumbo-jumbo because there is no structure to lean on, but I think the intensity is still there.
And while he was there, news broke that talented 36er Nathan Hawkes would be chosen in the Future Forces game.
You know, I'm getting to the age where I want to get out and start being able to play a bit and people can see that I can play.
Well, speaking of the All-Star weekend, we of course have had this competition going for the last few weeks, and now we are able to tell you not only the teams but the winners of the competition. First of all, let's talk business on the court. The coaches, we knew that, Bruce Palmer and Brett Brown. And now, here are the players. Starting with the two centres, this is the starting five, Tyson for the North and Dorge for the South. Then we've got the forwards. First of all, for the North, Leon Trimmingham. For the South, Mark Davis. The other forwards, from the North, Leroy Loggins. Who else? And from the South, Andrew Vlahoff, the tough man from Perth. Now the guards, we've got Derek Rucker at the point for the Northern team and matching up with Darryl McDonald. You'd go anywhere to see that. Now, the other two guards, of course, Shane Heal from the North and Andrew Gaze, the two boomers, matching up against one another. This will be a sensational game. Let's look at the benches. It gets better. Tony Jensen, congratulations. You've made the All-Star team on a wonderful year. Melvin Thomas likewise. Steve Woodbury, Javon Scales and Ray Vorney. You can't argue with that. From the South, you've got Jerome Scott, Pat Reedy, Robert Rose, Tony Ronaldson and Jeff Arnold. Notable inclusions there and contributions from Newcastle, South East Melbourne and Adelaide. Great performances all round. Looking forward very much to seeing the All-Star weekend. And now, here are the winners. I've just teased you a little bit, but there they come up on the board. Congratulations to Tony Bevan from Cessnock in New South Wales, Ben Scott from Maroubra in New South Wales, Diana Lebesis of Glen Iris in Victoria, Damien Kevin from Wembley in WA, Mark Duncan from Cairns in Queensland, and Sean Harwood from Apollo Bay in Victoria. You have won double airfares for two from Qantas, Powerade prize packs, tickets to both the Future Forces and All-Star games. Don't forget, you've got to be there by Friday. Uncle Toby's T-shirt and caps go with it, plus 2 nights accommodation at the Ramada Grand Hotel. It's been a wonderful promotion, and here are the dates, just to remind you. Friday the 14th of July for the Future Forces game, and for Saturday the 15th, the All-Stars game. If you haven't won anything, try and get there anyway. It'll be a great weekend and a nice little thing to do if you're a fan of basketball. All right, it's been a big year for Plays of the Week, but last week was evidence enough that this league has got to be one of the best. We'll open the account this week with perfect plays and one from the DMAC manual on how to excite. Welcome back from injury, Lachlan Armfield. Now, this play wasn't in dazzling dunks because sometimes it's how you get there that's important. Chris Blakemore started the trend last week, can't stop. Andre Lafleur can dish. Later, we'll see him swish. In the block department, Andre Moore doesn't get up very far, but he sure puts Peter Hill down. Now, this is a team effort, but Clarence Tyson got a bigger piece than Shane Frolling or Jason Cameron. But Brisbane has the best this week. Mike Mitchell denying Leon Trimmingham. Mike Mitchell denying DMAC.
Sensational
And so does Chris Monk in one of the toughest of the season so far. Even gets a nod of approval from the maestro himself. From DMAC to Snapshot. And a player whose moves are very similar, except Network 10's Tim Gossage is 6 feet 7.5. He's playing against a couple of kids and, well, he's just amazing. Socceroo Zelko Kalak made better use of his few moments on the court. Andrew Vlahoff has earned his tag of Captain Courageous even when he runs into his own wall, like Scott Fisher, and opens up his melon. But it didn't stop him returning to lead his team through a very difficult match. Now that is tough. But sorry, Drew, this is even tougher. Proposing marriage on the court. Well, it's becoming an epidemic. Next, we'll have to have a divorce on the court. Anyway, shooting stars this week, plenty. Andre Lafleur with this buzzer beater against the Cannons as promised. Fred Cofield answers in the same game. Adonis Jordan does it to the Rollers. But in his 4th game in a week, Shane Heal wasn't just potting them from afar.
That is huge. That's 50 metres.
He was winning matches with them.
4-2 to win. Heal to 3. Makes it!
Dazzling dunks. Let's go south. Darren Smith again with a touch from Jerome Scott. Steve Woodbury with the fake and the baseline quake. Joey Wright sets up the tattooed terror, Jeff Arnold. And JC with the 2nd hottest tip of the week. Rob Rose had the hottest. Great transition play from Townsville. And Mike Mitchell gives Paul Rees a play he'll want to forget. Chris Monk, a monster of muscle. Leon Trimmingham, well, he's taken it. Time to give a little. And this just might be shown again sometime. Still ahead of us, the Mitsubishi Plays of the Week competition. Highlights of the games from last night. Steve Carfino and David Graham talk basketball. What else? And right after the break, we've got the big game.
This is Saturday Basketball with Bill Wood.